Hey everyone, happy awesome possum Friday. All right, so today we're going to talk about the gummy bear osmosis lab. There's a couple of materials for you for this lab. There's some directions up top about things that you'll need. You don't need much. You need some gummy bears. You need a couple of clear glasses, salt, sugar, kind of most things you have at home. Maybe you have to get the gummy bears, but everything else can pretty much be improvised. There's a really nice PDF here that kind of explains the science behind the gummy bear, the chemistry, and how osmosis kind of happens. So definitely take a look at this slideshow. There's a lot of good explanation here. And so then it talks to you about how gummy bears are made and why osmosis might happen. There are lots of different brands of gummy bears. I would recommend the Black Forest or the Haribo, which are more the original gummy bear types. They're a little softer. They are a little more expensive. You don't need 5 pounds. You need about 3 gummy bears, so you can get a small package at the store. And it kind of even tells you how to do the experiment. Here it talks about different types of materials: salt, baking soda, sugar, vinegar. So if you have all of those things, great. If you're missing one or two of them, do what you can. Okay, it talks to you about the science behind why a gummy bear would swell or shrink, and that's going to have to do with osmosis. That's what we're learning about here. So in addition, there's a nice slide here on an extension of using celery. So if you want to, after you do the gummy bear, you want to go ahead and do a celery experiment, I'm not going to stop you. I think that's great to see, right? See it in a living thing. All right, and that's pretty much the end of the slideshow. So make sure you utilize this throughout your experiment if you get stuck or you're unsure of what's happening, things like that. Here's a video that actually shows someone doing the experiment. So I would recommend not looking at this unless you're really stuck or really confused, only because it's going to give you preconditioned ideas about your experiment, right? And so experiments are kind of fun if you can make predictions and then learn from them in that way. But if you kind of want to see what that looks like and then just confirm that, you can watch that 2-minute video. This is the paper you're going to hand in, the Gummy Bear Osmosis Lab submission. And what's nice about this lab setup, it's kind of well organized for you. So you're going to kind of fill words in. It tells you, again, the procedure that you can do. There's a data table, an analysis, and even the conclusion is kind of written out. You simply fill in the words from the word bank. And what I like about this is that, not that someone else is doing most of the writing for you, but a lot of you don't really understand all of the details that need to go into a conclusion. And so this will help you see that, as well as allow you to do some thinking in terms of what words go where and then why that's happening. So fill this in, and then you're all done with your lab. There's one more thing that goes along with this, and that's this Flipgrid video. So here's a link to Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a video service that's going to allow you to upload a video, okay? And I'm just opening the link just to show you. You're going to join with your Google account. The account should already be set up. If for some reason there's a problem with the link, we can take care of that next week when I see you again. But basically, you're going to make a video of your initial experiment. So you're going to take your phone or your Chromebook. Chromebook's probably easiest because Flipgrid will come up right in the Chromebook. And you're going to take a picture of your setup. So when you get your glasses set up, when you get your gummy bear set up, you're going to take a quick 20-second, 30-second video and show what your different setups are, why you're utilizing all those setups, and what you think is going to happen in each of the setups. You're going to make prediction and tell us your question as to why you're doing this. You want to see what's going to happen to gummy bears in different solutions. You're going to talk about your hypothesis. I think the gummy bear in the salt solution will shrink, swell, stay the same, and then go through the other solutions and talk about those as well and why you think that. And then you're going to stop the video. You're going to let your gummy bear sit in those solutions for a day, and then you are going to finish your lab report, writing out your whole conclusion, thinking about what just happened, and then you're going to go back and take a second video and tell us what happened. Okay, as I thought, remember we did this experiment to see what would happen to gummy bears in different solutions. As you can see in this solution, the gummy bear did this. As you can see in this solution, the gummy bear did that. And when I say did something, I mean swell or shrink or stay the same. Obviously, the more detailed the more details you can give us, such as the measurements of the gummy bears, the mass or weight of the gummy bears based on if you have a scale or not, would be helpful. All of those different types of data in your explanation. And that's it. Then you're going to make a link. I believe there's a way to make a link of your video in Flipgrid. So I don't want you to just leave the video up for Flipgrid for me to have to go to Flipgrid to check it. I want you to submit it within the Google Classroom assignment. So when I go back to Google Classroom, you know that you've already got a copy of this lab report. So when you go to submit it, it's going to ask you, do you want to link anything else, add any links? You're going to add the link for the Flipgrid there. So you're handing in this written lab report along with a Flipgrid video, less than 2 minutes. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a certain length of time. I'm not going to give you more points because you took 1 minute and 58 seconds versus someone that took 30 seconds. I don't really care about the length. I want to see your setup and your conclusion. I want to see it explained well. So, with a correct explanation. So as long as you do those things, I don't really care how long. As a matter of fact, shorter is better as far as I'm concerned. And that's that. Any questions on that?